Hello friends, welcome to Testing Shala YouTube channel. In this video, you are going to learn about software testing key performance indicators. So we'll be learning some of the very important software testing key performance indicator, which is also known as a KPIs. So before moving further, if you have visited Testing Shala YouTube channel for the first time, please click on subscribe and bell notification so that all our future videos related to software testing will be in your inbox. That would help you to enhance your software testing skills. So let us move on and understand what are these key performance indicators for software testing. So let us understand, why do we really require key performance indicators? These are the some of the metrics or indicators that would help to decide whatever the plannings we have made in terms of testing. Performance indicators would help to assess whether we really on track, or are we really going in a right directions. These performance indicators will clearly give the clue to the management, are we on right track or not, in terms of the quality, in terms of our productivity, in terms of client happiness. Everything we can assess using these performance indicators. Hence, the key performance indicators are very crucial for the management team to assess what is the health of the testing project. So let us move on and let us understand now one by one what are those important key performance indicators. The first one is outstanding open or active defects. So outstanding means how many defects which are still in open status, which is called as a active defect. How many defects are still in developers bucket, who is working on fixing the issue. Here again, we are not going to assess all the defects, so we will be more concentrating on severity of a defect or a priority of the defect, such as extreme defects, major defects, which is also called as a save 1 and save 2 defects. And we will be validating with this key performance indicator how is the health of all these open defects and activity defects, and how long these defects were open, and what is the status of each of these defects based on the severity. That would give an indication to the management team whether testing team is not following up with the development properly, or development team is not able to fix the issues as early as possible, or they are having different challenges in fixing those issues. This would give an indication to the management team. The second thing is our test coverage using purely automation. This is also gives an indication whether we have rightly invested in automation or not, whether we can get the results as quicker as possible or not. So these indications will provide the management to put more investment or more people to bring more automated coverage so that we can get the result as quicker as possible. The third is test requirement coverage. This is very important. Let's say we have 100 user stories or 100 requirement. Out of those 100 requirements, how many test cases we have derived? Based on the industry standard, we will have to evaluate it. What is the number of test cases we have covered based on these 100 requirements? Again, these 100 requirements will be classified again complex, medium, and simple, and we'll have data to trace back to saying that for these many complex user stories, these many test cases should be there. For these many medium, these many minimum test cases should be written. So that would help to assess whether are we really writing the good test cases, or whether are we really writing the good quality test cases which can trace back to the requirement. The next one is the new test case creation productivity. This is also called as a Test case creation productivity. This is going to assess how is our tester is able to understand the requirements and how they are able to convert those requirements into test cases and how efficient our testers who are authoring. This KPI is really going to talk about what is our productivity of the tester who can write the test cases in a day, whether they can write a 5 test cases, whether they can write 10 test cases, whether they can write 20 test cases. By tracking these metrics, they can clearly bring what is the productivity of our tester in authoring the new test cases. And the next key performance indicator is test passed versus failed. This is very crucial. If you have 100 test cases, there are 50 test cases got passed and remaining another 50 test cases got failed, and which is the area our test cases are getting more passed. That means those areas are more stable, and which are the areas we are getting more failures. So, and we will have to concentrate more in those areas in working with the development team to understand what is the root cause, why more test cases are getting failed in only certain area. Performance indication will give the clear picture to the management where the root cause is, where the problems are. Then again, the next metrics which is more on, we talked about creation, test case creation productivity here in terms of test case execution productivity. So this test case execution productivity, it will be considered both manual as well as automation. By using automation in a given day, how many executions you can make. In the same way, by given resources, how many executions you can make. So if our average is these many executions, if there is an upward trend or if there is a downward trend, we can clearly catch out of this key performance indicator. Last one is quality of the test cases. So whatever the test cases we are going to write, we should assess what is the quality of the test cases we have written based on the review checklist which we have, and we will be validating how many comments we have received for the given test cases which is being authored, and how many review comments are there, how many times we have fixed those test cases. That would give an indication how well our testers are, able to understand the requirements, how effective our testers are. Hence, we should be all the time keep an eye on all these parameters that would help the test management to assess whether our testing project is really going in the right directions or not. I hope this key performance indicators video was very useful for you. If you like this video, please click on like button, and if you have visited Testing Shala YouTube channel for the first time, then please click on subscribe and bell notification so that all our future videos related to software testing will be in your inbox. That would help you to enhance your software testing skills. Thanks for watching this video. Bye for now. Take care.